How to be happier in life. So this isn't asked all the time as a direct question to me, but it's something I've asked to many of my teachers in one way or another, and how to be happier in life and how to find fulfillment and just be happier in general with your life. And it's really something, but even if someone doesn't ask it directly, in many ways they're indirectly asking this question. So when they're stressed or when they're stressed, unhappy, feeling just generally down. Everyone's just seeking this happiness and stability to be happy and at peace with this life. So how do you do that? Is there a way to do that? How can you really be happier in this life all the time? And the idea of permanence is in and of itself part of the problem. I always want to be happy, and so do I, right? And there's certainly that feeling over here as well. But how do you be more happy in life? And it always comes down to a question, because all my teachers answer me with questions. That's just what they do. So I'll do the same for you. All right. I have to pass along that gift. So, what makes you happy? Because we want to be happy, but the first step is identifying what makes us happy. So, there's a short list for me. There's 5 or 10 things I just know that just make me so happy. Then there's hundreds of other things that make me feel kind of happy. But what are those for you? Take a minute and think about it. What makes you feel like you're buzzing, like vibrating? Like what is it that makes you just like get lost, right? In the zone. What is that for you? What makes you happy in that way? I can think of a few things, right? Um, Time with the family, in many cases, brings that kind of happiness, and I want to do that as much as I can. All right. Certainly, I'm just telling you some of my ideas here. I love playing certain games, certain card games I really enjoy, and just so I make a list of things. I love running and some exercise and just golf and all these things that make me happy most of the time. And when something stops making me happy, many times I'll set it aside and take a break from it because I've taken it too seriously, perhaps, or made a business out of it or something happened like that. So, what makes you happy? And I'll try to do more of these things. Obviously, that makes the most sense. Do more of what makes you happy. But the other part of this answer is finding time to take for yourself and doing those things sometimes alone, right? Or with a group of people that are outside of a normal group of people. And that sometimes requires a bit of planning and shuffling, in life. And that's perhaps how to become more happy. Because by doing more things that make you happy and listening to what the feedback you're getting from the body and the mind is, and the feedback of the mind could be nothing happening, which is great feedback because nothing's happening, which means it's quiet or quieter. And that could be a very great gift as well, which could lead to more happiness. Now, if you're generally unhappy and you're doing things that make you happy and it's still not working and it's not doing it for you, the teachers that I've studied underneath, the meditation teachers at least, have taught to go within and just sit as a formal practice, because the active practice of living isn't quite, it's not carrying through quite yet. It's not going from formal to active, right? So if you're not meditating at all, you're not sitting at all, try a minute a day, try 2 minutes a day, try 30 seconds. Just do something where you're sitting and just breathing and focusing and just paying attention to the breath. If you do that, you'll notice that might carry through. And you might think, my mind is so noisy, I can't stop my mind when I meditate, and it's horrible. And it really is annoying. The mind's like blah, 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 talk, talk, talk. And it's like, oh, watch out for this and that. That might get you, the past, the present, the future. Nonsense. And that's the point of meditating anyway, is to actually work with that. I joked with some people I work with, and I say, meditate on a noisy street or something, not in this street, but certainly the window open or something, or meditate around, when you hear the kids run around upstairs, because that's closer to what I'll be dealing with and working with on a daily basis than pure silence and bliss on a pillow, which I'll do that too. And that's a beautiful practice. Everyone could potentially agree with that. But it's funny, one of my teachers said this great story about a monk who was on the mountain, solitude and just beautiful, just meditating 10, 12 hours a day, whatever. And he came back to society and it just blew him up. Just couldn't. In fact, there's a YouTube channel of a monk that does something similar. He actually left the monastery. I gotta find this. I'll leave it in the comments if I find it. And he's just so raw about it all. He is so raw about it all. He came back and he was just started smoking again and just did all these things. And okay, and then that's a real dude saying real things, right? So I love that. So how do you be happier? Do more of what you like. Sit in formal practice if you can. If you cannot, practice on a daily basis to try to let go of some of the things that make you unhappy. And that should balance things out a little better. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave comments below. I'd love to hear them. As always, thank you for joining me. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye for now.